The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Oh, do make beats.
Yeah. Alarm clock scream, oh. Yeah. Alarm clock screaming. Man, it's 4 a.m. Sun ain't even thinking. I'm already in. Hit the iron clanking, beast mode, fully activated. Mind is sharp, I'm on fast, there ain't no time to crash. Quick rinse, hit the box, sign the price. I'm heating up, clear the mind, get the toxins out. I'ma leveling up, by the time you're waking up, I'm already past the peak. Got my first dub before you even brush your teeth. Logging 9 to 5, oh, yeah, the normal job. Solve a day before him, I'm a high prop, solve a killer, coke, emitter, pull request it clean. But that's just the warm-up, know what I mean? Don't you hit my phone, man, I'm not available. Every minute on my schedule's unassailable. I don't got the time, man, I'm on a mission. You see a busy schedule, I see ammunition. I love this damn grind, I don't need a break. You can sleep on me, I'll be wide awake. Got no vacancy, my calendar is locked. I'm obsessed with winning, man, I'll never be stopped. Clock out at 5, swap the keyboard at the street. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, man, I don't retreat. Mind on the mats, I'm rolling, tap and learn. Keeps the mind sharp, gotta get the burn. Then I flip the switch, man, the dad mode's on. Coaching pretty ball, yeah, on a damn lawn. Playing with my son Benji, give him all he needs. Yeah, I feed my damn family and I plant my seeds. Home quick meal, then the second sign I hit. Back to the command center, man, I never quit. Don't you hit my phone, man, I'm not available. Every minute on my schedule's unassailable. I don't got the time, man, I'm on a mission. You see a busy schedule, I see ammunition. I love this damn grind, I don't need a break. You can sleep on me, I'll be wide awake. Got no vacancy, my calendar is locked. I'm obsessed with winning, man, I'll never be stopped. My focus is insane, man, how you think I last, man? Twice a week I'm doing 48-hour fasting. Sometimes time to 72, no food, just the clarity. You see a sacrifice, I see the real in me. Now the week ain't done, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. 2-hour tech live stream, ain't no time for wordplay. Saturday, shit for content, ain't no time to chill. Recording 3 new videos, man, the flow was ill. Then it on the grind, chop and make it clean. Then it hit the thumbnails, build the whole machine. Schedule out the content, coaching my barbarians. This ain't work to me, this is oxygen. Don't you hit my phone, man, I'm not available. Every minute on my schedule's unassailable. I don't got the time, man, I'm on a mission. You see a busy schedule, I see ammunition. I love this damn grind, I don't need a break. You can sleep on me, I'll be wide awake. Got no vacancy, my calendar is locked. I'm obsessed with winning, man, I'll never be stopped. Locked in, every damn day. For the family, for the code, for the max, for the team. I'm not available, I'm building. Tech barbarians, let's go. Woo! Hey.
Welcome. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully you are doing remarkably well. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm Techo12. We are above all else engineered to win. That is what we're going to do today. Today, my goal is to build a Claude code skill for QA engineers. So we've been getting heavily into Claude code at work, and I have been learning so much. I'm telling you, it's been about a month now. No, over a month. Yep, about a month that I've been using Claude Code, and I'm going to tell you, it is powerful. But before we get into that, let me get my chat working really quick, because I don't see things popping up on my screen yet. Let me see. Let's do refresh. And let me post another message, because I gotta be able to interact with you guys. I gotta be able to interact with you guys. Get my prompt for getting started Claude Code as QA engineer. Go to that, make sure that pops up. Let's see if that shows up. I'm sorry. It's not showing. Oh my God, I hate when this happens. It's not showing up. Give me a second here. Why aren't you showing up? Always have, never fails, never ever fails. Let's see. Do that. Reload. Close that. Close that. Do that all over again. Reload. All right. Let me try that one more time. Let's see. Test. Are we showing up? No. You just can't win with these things. Oh, it just showed up. It just showed up as I close it down. Let me try it one more time. Let's go and do one more test. Test. Jump the gun on that one. It's not there yet. Let's do this one more time. One more time. Let's see. Reload. Okay, do one more test. Sorry about that. You know how it goes with this technology. All right, I see it now. Let me try on the other one too. Make sure we see it over there. We go here and we say test. Don't see it yet. Let me do a different test. Hello. Why is that not showing up? What a day. What a day. Why are we not showing up our other chat? Okay, it's there. It's there. Oh, you just don't know what to do with these things, right? All right. Now, why are my little companions not walking across my screen? What is going on here? Let me see. We have... Oh, hold up. Maybe it's on me. All right, let's do that. Save. Refresh. Make one more test post. And then we'll get the show started. Look, we gotta figure these things out live sometimes, all right? Mobile. Desktop. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. Anyways, let's get started with the show. First and foremost, welcome. How is everyone doing today? Are you ready to get some work in?
Are you ready?
I know what it is, actually. Always trying to be perfect. Always gotta be perfect, huh? All right, let's do that. Let me do one more. Because... you guys know how I am. I'm always tinkering with stuff, always hoping that things change, and I just can't. I just got to get it perfect. OCD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it, but that's what it is. So do one more. All right. Oh, shout out to my guy, Rod Brown, in the building. What up, Rod Brown? Let's see if they show up. I don't know. Oh, there you go. There we go. We got somebody showing up. I don't even know who that is. All right, we're good. We are good to go. All right. So, how's everyone doing? Look, my day has been all over the place, building Claude Code skills, going to pick up uniforms 2 times for the pre-T-ball team. It is a hot mess, but we're here. We are here because we do not miss. So what we are going to be doing today, we're going to be working on one of our projects, one of our repos. We're going to be building out a Claude code skill. And I'm going to use Claude to do this. We're going to see, okay, what would be the most efficient, like the very first skill that we would want to build for QA engineers. And then during our breaks, we are going to be reviewing some different videos about AI, about people maybe losing their jobs to AI, about people losing their jobs, people losing, people getting scammed. How do you navigate? How do you navigate the new world? Because I have been seeing scammers since the beginning of time. Do you remember? Will this be the first or second scam? Let me know, Rod Brown. Do you think this is the first or second scam? Actually, no. Do you remember? Because there were more scams before that. But one of the biggest scams, was it when Jacob stole the birthright from Esau? That was a pretty big scam. Would you say that was one of the biggest scams early on? When Jacob stole Esau's birthright? Bruh. Literally, bruh. All right, so take care of some housekeeping. First and foremost, thank you to all of the subscribers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for allowing me to add value, whether it's this AI, the AI work that we're doing, whether it's the reactions, whatever it is. Thank you so much for allowing me, little old me, to add value into your lives. Shout out to all of my tech barbarians who put so much work in and day out. I'm so proud of you guys to see how much effort. I'm telling you, last night I was on a coaching call till like 10:30 p.m. I had to duck out of Rod Brown's live stream for just a minute, for about 30 minutes. I missed some of the most awesome sound effects, but duty calls. I was helping one of my Q engineers who's going to be testing out the speech coaching app to get their environment set up for Android, for the dashboard. I have people all over the world, all over the country, and we work so hard day in and day out. So I am super proud of you guys. Thank you who joined me for the Vibe Coding Chills. You guys are so amazing, super proud of you guys. And to my tech mercenaries who keep this channel running, thank you guys so much. We are the best. All right. So to everyone, I appreciate you. We are the very, very best.
We the best.
And let's go out there and get it. All right. So quick announcements. Tomorrow we are going to be premiering the Bug Bite. Yes, the Bug Bite. We're going to be talking about Amazon, their own vibe coding app, took down Amazon. That's what happened. We're going to be reviewing it to see, how did this happen? Whose fault was it? Who did it? And how we can move forward to protect ourselves from taking down our company's infrastructure due to our vibe coding tools. All right. That is the plan. No vibe coding show Saturday, but we do have on Sunday, we're going to be going live, continue working on the speech coaching app. And then we have Scrum Night on Sunday night. So you can tune into the Patreon to catch that live, or you can join us on the Zoom, on the Google Meet call, and join the conversation, ask us questions, all of that stuff. That's it. All right. So I will see you there. All right. Let me get into the chat real quick, and then we're gonna kick it off with a icebreaker first reaction video. So let's see what's going on. So the chat says, all right, let me say hello to my friends first and foremost. Thank you, Rod Brown, for helping me test. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I was testing myself. We got my guy, Junior Largy, in the building. What's up, Junior? What is going on? Junior hits us with the what's up, family? What's up, Junior? Let me see. Junior says he never stole the birthright. He stole the blessing. Esau sold his. See, That's why I have to ask them, because look, I just be saying stuff. All right. And Robert says the first scam was the Garden of Eden. I mean, all right. Here, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question real quick, Rod Brown. Is it a scam if she was willing to go? Is it a scam if she was willing to go? It's a fair question. I think it's a fair question. If they were just waiting to go in the first place, are you really scamming them? Where is the accountability? My goodness. Junior says when the devil see, they're all going on the devil. They're all going on the devil. It says when the devil beguiled Eve. All right. That's straight from the King James Version. You see, Rod Brown didn't know nothing about the King James Version. I'm just saying. That's straight up from the King James. Robert says the snake in the garden was the biggest scam. Junior says we can even go back further to heaven when the devil convinced some of the angels to pick sides. That's a good one. It's a good one. And Junior says you gotta get Martin's sound where he's. All right, let me see what I can find. Let me see what I can. I should have had that a long time ago. Because Junior should get a dedicated. Hello. Let me see. Let's go to here. Martin, what's up? And I don't see a Martin. Let me see Martin. All I can find is Ricky Martin, which I don't think you want, Junior. I don't think you want Ricky Martin. So I will have to Martin show what's up sound bite sound effect. See what I can do. Oh, there we go. Let me see. Oh, they did have one. Let me see.
What's up? What's up?
I got you. All right. I'm gonna save that one for me. Download it right now. I got you for next time. Okay. I give my friends what they want. All right. Got it. Let me see. Junior says, yes, it was a scam because it was based on a lie. Ye shall not surely die. Okay. Fair enough. I'll give you guys that one. And Robert says the snake beguiled Eve and she made a choice. Scam. I'm not. You guys are right. Junior says absolutely not. Even though I used to listen to his music. All right. Let's jump into this one. Let's just jump into this one just to get the show kicked off. So, watch out for these AI influencers trying to scam you. Yes, they are trying to scam you. All right, so let's go to this. Let's go over here real quick. This video comes from TikTok. Let's go.
But I'm saying it anyway. Taking a $997 prompt engineering course is a scam. Do not do it, bro. Yes, prompting is fundamental. You absolutely need to learn how to do it. But you don't need to spend thousands of dollars doing it. The best prompt engineers are out there learning, not buying. So my advice to you is to spend 2 to 3 weeks actually building real things.
Did she say people are spending $1,000 to learn prompt engineering? All right, I'm not charging enough at Vibe Code and Chill, right? Junior, am I charging enough at Vibe Code and Chill? Because how much am I charging for Vibe Code? How much am I charging for Vibe Code and Chill? Because this is crazy.
Learning, not buying. So mine is fundamental. You absolutely need to learn how to do it. But you don't need to spend thousands of dollars doing it. The best prompt engineers are out there learning, not buying. So my advice to you is to spend 2 to 3 weeks actually building real things with the many free resources we have online, and you'll learn more than any course will ever teach you. AI automation agency space is slowly dying, and I hate it. Trust me, this is how I got my start. But in reality, real businesses are wanting AI consultants, AI implementation partners, AI strategists, not just.
And if you remember, we made a bunch of videos about different AI roles, AI prompt engineers, AI consultants, AI machine learning platform engineers. We did a bunch of that stuff.
An AI automation agency that plugs and plays some random make.com workflow. Most AI agents being built right now are garbage because they're over-engineered solutions to problems that never existed. Listen to me.
She's right. She's right. I mean, I'm telling you, I get these emails every single day that say, "Oh, we want to partner with you. We want you to talk about our." And you guys remember I did it for one of them a while ago, but I'm like, remember the other day I said like, every single one looks exactly the same. They all look the same. I just got hooked onto Lovable first, but they all look the same. Now, I think Lovable has come very far advanced, but they're just creating the same thing. Oh, it's just like a wrapper. They have like, oh, let's put this and we give it a name and boom. I don't know. It honestly, it's with tools like Gemini, Kilo Code, whatever OpenAI has, because I don't really follow OpenAI's coding tools that closely. Claude Code. And here's the thing, never be afraid to shift to the better, to the better application, better software. Don't be all locked in like, oh my God, this is the one and only. No.
Business owners don't want a 47-step complicated AI agent connected to 15 tools with RAG, memory, with vector databases for something that could have been solved with a simple automation in a ChatGPT API call. You don't need to learn how to code to build an AI business. But you'll always be limited. You'll always be outsourcing. You'll always be one technical problem away from your biggest client leaving you. So learn how to code, learn the basics. It's not optional at this point, especially if you want to scale and get past 10K a month. And maybe.
Remember, I told you guys. You still. Even if you're using AI to build you an application, to build you whatever, you should still understand the code behind it. Because guess what? If your application starts to grow, right, and you start to make money, and you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and you can't understand the code, and it fails, you cannot say to your customers, "Oh, the AI broke it." Like. Tomorrow, we're going to be reviewing on the Bug Bite with Amazon Kiro taking down AWS. So that's why I say you still need to, like, you don't have to be an expert anymore. You don't have to be an expert anymore, but you should still know what's going on with your application, with your code. It's your responsibility at the end of the day.
The most controversial one, most people in these AI communities are making zero money because they're consuming content, they're sharing ChatGPT conversation screenshots, they're debating AI, they're doing all these things besides the one thing that actually matters, which is going out there, finding one client and solving one problem. They're networking with other beginners in the space. So that is my advice to you. Get out there, find one client and solve one problem.
100,000% right. You guys know that it is very, very rare. It is very, very rare that I agree with somebody, but I agree with her. I agree. Actually do something of value. I've been preaching this to you guys for the longest time. Do something of value. Build something, execute, deliver, stop talking, start doing. Execution over education. Stop complaining, stop whining, start doing. I almost forgot about this. I'm gonna read you some feedback that I got from a user of Resume Flow. They said, I've been really focused on finding work. I use the resume site on your page, resumeflow.app, and just got my dream job. Tell me, right? They got their dream job. building something of value. Now, what do I do on this channel all the time? During our breaks, we review different news articles, different videos and stuff like that, but we execute. We are always looking at something of value, something to build. That's what we're going to be doing tonight. Looking to build stuff of value, stuff of substance. All right. Don't go paying $1,000 for a prompt engineering course. You want to know how to learn how to prompt? All right. You know what? No, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. Because if you're paying $1,000 to learn how to prompt, then no, I can't tell you. Give me $5 and I'll. No. All right, I'll tell you. Because I'm not gonna hold anything back. I'm not gonna hold anything back. You want to know how to learn how to prompt engineer? Go to ChatGPT. Type in ChatGPT, teach me how to prompt effectively on your platform.
Are you ready?
Simple as that. Simple as that. And then come over to Vibe Code and Chill and ask me questions. I answer anything. I answer anything and everything. So Vibe Code and Chill at techcoachdrop.dev every other Saturday. All right, let's get it. All right, I'm going to check the chat and then we're going to get into our first working segment for tonight. Let me see what we got going on over here. Let's see. And you says, nope. Let me see. That is not nice, Junior. That is not, I'm not going to even read that, Junior. My goodness. I'm not even going to put it up. See? Father, forgive me. All right. Junior says she sounds like she knows what she does know what she's talking about. And no, don't. Not nice, Junior.
Bruh.
So bad. So I got the worst. I got the worst friends. Okay. All right. That's all you get. That is all that you get. All right.
How dare you?
All right. Let's jump in. I can't deal with these guys. Let's jump into work. All right. Let's go over to here. All right. So let's pull up the prompt that we had from last time. So when we left off, we were building something for predictive test selection, but we had issues with running our test in that application. And I do want to get back to this, but maybe not today. Because I do want to work on this. I think maybe next week we might work on this one. So we're basically building a Claude code for to figure out which test should be executed, because I'm telling you, some teams have a wide array of tests, or some repositories have a wide array of tests, and they might take a long time to execute. So you don't really need to have all of them to do that. So what I want to do is what I was planning to do is to build this select, which is all right, based on the changes that have been made. We are going to let me put up this banner over here. I didn't put up my 20 minutes as well. Let me go here.
It's time to do.
All right. So what I want to do is build out a Claude code skill that QA engineers can use. And I think we start off with, here's what I want to do, right? In order to optimize the experience for all the members of the team, I'm going to go and find out one of our one of our stories. Let's find one that we're working on now, right? And we can have it analyze the code, analyze the acceptance criteria, and suggest different type of tests. So what would be the workflow, right? As a QA engineer, what would be your workflow? I would say you get the story and you read through it, you understand the requirements of what's going to be done, and then you would start writing your test cases, start creating your test plans, start writing your test cases, and review that with choose what test should be read in regression, and execute, document. So let's try this. So I'm gonna save this prompt for the future, right? So let's do this. One thing I like about Claude is that you can do these projects over here. Although, where do I search it? All right, so I'm gonna say QA engineering. Right? Let's say create QA engineering. So we move that there, and we're gonna say add to project QA engineering, and I'm gonna say a new chat, and we're gonna go to I want to build a skill. Oh, I have a great idea, and this is how I come up with this stuff. As I'm starting to OCD, ADHD, as I'm starting to type, I'm like, oh, this might be good. So let's do this. Let's do this. All right. I want to build a skill, or say a Claude. I could do it straight through Claude, but I want to build a Claude code skill that will help and train. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. That is going to be a good one, because guess what? I always come across a lot of people who want to get into the QA field, get into the technology field. And one of the issues that I was having with one of my tech barbarians was that they were relying too much. They were relying too much on AI. So what I want to do is, instead of them just prompting and just copying and pasting, no, I want to build a skill that could help them and guide them and coach them through the proper steps and procedures of QA. So let's say, here's what I'm thinking, right? Let's say you get a story, and this is not going to be for like advanced QA engineers. It's going to be for like, let's say newbies, maybe new to a company, who knows, right? New to working on a repository. So they get a story to test, and then it would kind of like walk them through each phase of it, like of the testing phase. So like, all right, do you understand the story? No. And break down the story for them based on what's in the story and the code base, and tell them like, all right, look in these areas to get more context. And then let's start working on a test plan. And it would be guiding them on how to create an effective test plan for that story based on the code and the acceptance criteria. And then go from there, right? So I'm gonna start prompting this, right? So let's say I want to build a Claude code that will help train and coach new and aspiring QA engineers that will guide them through reviewing and understanding the feature request and acceptance criteria. And you see how I come up with this stuff totally on the fly. that was totally random and on the fly. All right. So that's how my mind works, right? request, feature request and acceptance criteria. Review acceptance criteria, guiding them through the test plan generation process. Where the skill can help them get started, but have them feed their test plan into the skill as well to get feedback and point out to them areas that they missed and should consider. And it should also review their testing summary to make sure it to point out any potential missing or blind spots or edge cases. And if they find a defect, make sure or help them report it properly. So I'm going to write it here, then I'm eventually going to transfer it into one of our, like, through the Claude Code IDE. But I like to always get started in the prompting window, and then I'm like, all right, let me get my mind right around it, and then we can go from there, right? So cool. Let's go with that. Let's start off with that. All right, so this is a great skill idea. Let me draft the skill MD for your coaching, for your QA coaching skill now. All right, and in the meantime, I am gonna go and open up. Let me see. What do I want to use? I want to use WebStorm. I guess. Yeah, I'll use WebStorm because that's where we have. We can try it on one of these projects. And let's go to resume flow. Let's go to this window. All right. Let me see. So it's pulling it up. All right, this is a great skill. All right, let's getting ready. Let me see. Your QA coach skill is ready. Here's what's covered. 5 coaching phases fully structured. Feature and AC review teaches learners to analyze requirements with Socratic questions, spot ambiguous language, missing negative cases, and boundary conditions before writing a single test. Test plan generation guide provides a thinking scaffold, not the answers, to help them. Thought I was muted for a second there. To help them. Let me see. To help them draft their own plan covering happy paths, edge cases, integrations, and risk and regression risk. Test plan feedback when they submit their draft. The skill reviews it against a comprehensive coverage checklist, negative testing, boundary values, permission, concurrency, accessibility, etc., and explains why each gap matters. Testing summary: flags blind spots like confirmation bias, skipping exploratory testing, not retesting bug fixes, and single environment testing. And defect reporting teaches proper bug report autonomy or anatomy. Common mistakes: vague titles, missing repo steps, combining multiple bugs, and critical distinction between severity and priority. The skill is designed to meet learners where they are. If someone shows up mid-workflow with a draft test plan, it jumps straight to feedback rather than starting from scratch. Let me see. So let's take a look at over here. It says copy to, what does that mean? An interactive, all right, so we got that. QA coach step by step. Coaching philosophy: ask before telling, be a mentor, not a search engine. Point out gaps constructively, celebrate good instincts, adapt to the learner. I like that. Let me see. The coaching journey has 5 phases. Step 1, receive the feature. I would also want to say that I want to be able to pull it straight from Jira. So we need some Jira integration. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this whole thing, right? And I'm going to paste that into Claude Code to build out the skill so it can be part of an actual project. So let me see, can I copy? What is copy to your skill? Or I can just copy this, I guess. So copied. All right, we're going to go over to here. And I am going to type Claude. And we're going to say, yes, I trust this folder. And I want to say that it's not that I copied, but I want to build. Where am I? All right. Okay. So enter. All right. So I want to build a Claude Code skill. That will do the following. I have already outlined what the skill should do. And we paste that, and we're going to go enter. So basically what I did was I'm telling Claude Code, I want to build a skill that is going to be doing everything that I say there, right? And let's say enter, and then we're going to try it out as well. That way it'll guide people through the process so that they don't feel lost. They don't but they're not overly dependent and reliant. By the way that it's going to be teaching them and asking them, it'll be an assistant rather than doing the work for you, because I'll tell you this, the fundamentals do not change. While our roles might change from our roles, the things that we do, the fundamentals still stay forever. They are everlasting. All right. So we're going to make the QA directory, or we're going to make the skill directory, call it QA coach. After it builds the initial skill, then I'm going to say, oh, actually, I want to be able to go into, I want it to be able to pull the details from Jira if I pass in the story number from Jira. And if you remember, when we were working sometime last year on the on the application that would connect to Jira, it would connect to GitHub in order to tell, what were we trying to track at that time? Like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was trying to track something. But so now we built that experience, that knowledge on how to get the Jira API, how to get GitHub API if we need it, you know. We might not need the GitHub API because most of the code is going to be local. So we shall see. And in here, it is building out our skill. Let me see if I can show you. It's building the skill over here. Do you want to say yes? And you could just say yes, accept everything, but you will see on tomorrow's episode of the Bug Bite why I avoid saying just go ahead and do whatever you want, like the plague. All right, let's see what it says. This skill is the skill is created. Available in all your projects, not just this one. Invoke it with /QA coach. Claude will also auto-invoke it when a user says things like, I'm new to QA, help me write a test plan, or I found a bug. The skill routes learners to the correct phase based on what they bring to the conversation. Follows the full 5-phase coaching workflow you designed. Open a new Claude Code session and type /QA coach, or just say, I'm new to QA, where do I start? And the coaching workflow will kick in automatically. All right, so let's do that part, right? Let's do that part. So I'm gonna cancel. Let's stop this, right? Stop this madness. And now we're gonna start up a new, oh, look at that, you can resume a session. I didn't know that. So let's do, I'm new to QA. Where do I start? Let's start off with that one, right? Let's see if this actually gives us something. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It actually loaded the skill, successfully loaded the skill. All right, let's jump into phase 1. All right, so most new, so all right, let me go up this way. So successfully loaded the skill. Welcome, great place to start. QA is one of the most valuable skills in software development. And the fact that you're asking means you're already thinking like an engineer who cares about quality.
We the best.
Here's the big picture of what we'll work through together. Phase 1, understanding what you're testing, feature and acceptance criteria, build a test plan, guided, get feedback on your test plan, review your testing summary, report defects clearly. We'll go phase by phase. Each one build on the last. The most important QA mindset is to internalize right away. Before you test anything, you'll need to deeply understand what you're supposed to be testing and what success looks like. Most new QA engineers jump straight to clicking around.
Bruh.
The ones who become great start by asking hard questions about the requirements.
Are you ready?
So let's jump into phase 1. I'll need you to bring me something real to work with. Paste in one of the following: a feature description or user story. As a user, I want to reset my password so that I can, all right, any acceptance criteria that came with it, a ticket, brief, or spec, whatever your team uses. If you don't have anything, you can make one up or describe a feature from an app you use every day. So I'm going to go over to my Jira. Well, I hate to leave you with a cliffhanger, but we're going to have to, because if I keep going, my friends, they will be upset and hostile with your boy, Tech Coach Ralph. All right.
Are you ready?
So It is break time then. It is break time. Look how fast that was. And now we have something that, all right, here's a question. Do you want me to make this QA coach skill available to you? Yes, to you. Do you find value in it? Where if you are interested in being in QA, you can download it. I'm going to make it available at, it's a good question. Maybe I should make it public on GitHub. Or maybe I should make it a zip file at ticklecraft.dev. I'll think about it. I will think about it. But I think it'll be a pretty cool thing to get started with. And then when I'm about to implement the Jira key in it so that now you can also get some understanding for Jira and all of that stuff. All right. So let me get to the chat real quick, and then we will get to our next video. Junior says they had a segment on the show Between the Line called Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger. Wasn't there a TV show called Cliffhanger as well? Let me see. I thought there was a TV show called Cliffhanger. Yeah, it was a movie actually. A movie in 1993, an action/thriller. Sylvester Stallone was in there. Has anybody seen this movie right here? Cliffhanger? I guess it was a rock climbing movie. All right. Hold up. Why do I see a bunch of snow in the background and Sylvester Stallone hanging upside down with his shirt off when it looks to be freezing? It looks to be freezing. So these movies, I'm telling you, it don't make no sense. It does not make any sense at all. All right. All right. Junior says he didn't see, I knew the name, but I didn't see it either. I don't know. All right. We are going to get to our, all right, Junior, please. In the next reaction, please be nice. Please be nice to our guest. Okay. Let's do, not that one, this one. So this guy says that he lost his job because of AI. AI basically stole his job. What this happened?
If AI takes my job.
Hold up. Let me find this. I just had this one.
If AI takes my job, what should I do?
No, I can't find it. I was just looking at this. Where? Oh, there you go. I got it. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video. I'm telling you, things are all over the place. All right. So let's go over to here. All right. So let's take a watch.
My story just happened this week. So Friday afternoon, your boss wants to jump on Zoom at the last minute. Be prepared that something's going on. So I kind of had been having this feeling for weeks. My boss had been talking about how much he's been using AI and how productive it's made him on development tasks. And then yesterday afternoon, we got on a call, and he said that my position is no longer needed. He said, I've been doing everything I should be doing. They can't afford the position anymore. So I am out of a job, and it is because of AI. I 100% know that. But before you keep moving, if you could help me out with one small thing, it would mean the world to me. If you could either just like this post or comment on it, or perhaps share it with somebody, and share it with someone very specific, which is a family with kids. And the reason is, for the last year, I've been working on a passion project for my kids specifically, and I've seen a noticeable difference in their ability to do their homework. It's turning from a passion project into my 100% focus. And so I've made a change today, actually, to do summer pricing. So it's incredibly cheap for the summer. And I also have created like a workbook style daily.
Really? He lost his job due to AI. All right. Here's a hold on. All right. Did he lose his job to AI or did he lose his job because he was working on his passion project while he was on the clock? I don't know, because now he just lost his job, but he is all in like, hey, I need you guys to go in and buy whatever that I'm selling for whatever. I'm always suspicious. I already agreed once with a video today. It ain't happening again, all right?
Activity where our kids can stay active during the summer, keep learning, kind of progress them into the next grade. That's kind of the big thing. And it's $20 for the whole summer for up to 3 kids. So it's pretty much free. But it would just be huge for me if you could share this with somebody, or if you have kids yourself.
I have a question. This passion project of his, is it using AI to... Is it using AI?
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Sign up, give it a try, and let me know what you think. All right. Hope you guys are doing good out there, and I'll see you around. If you don't think this is true, let me tell you my story. Just happened this week. So Friday afternoon, your boss wants to jump on
It's hilarious. Like
at Zoom at the last minute. Be prepared that something's going on. So I kind of had been having this feeling for weeks. My boss had been talking about how much he's been using AI and how productive it's made him on development tasks. And then yesterday afternoon, we got on a call, and he said that my position is no longer needed. He said, I've been doing everything I should be doing. They can't afford the position anymore. So I am out of a job, and it is because of AI. I 100% know that. But before you keep moving, if you could...
All right. So I'm gonna, what was the name of that? I'm gonna check it out.
But it would just...
Because I'm nice, right? tyb.a. Is that? Or because I don't know what was gonna show up. He says it's figure help kids and stuff. Let me make sure that's the case. tyb.a. Because I ain't trying to get in no trouble over here. All right, so it's legit. It is legit. Let's take a look at it real quick. Approved by largest K through 12 scholarship program in America. All right, passion project, and it's help with homework, less hovering, guided learning, not just answers, freedom for you. Check for the word AI on here. Train your brain.ai. Say he got fired because of AI, but he's also using AI to build his quote unquote passion project. I mean, the site looks amazing. I'll tell you that. The site looks absolutely amazing. But I'm not really buying I'm not really buying the whole I lost my job due to AI. Sounds more that you might have been a little bit more focused on your passion project than on your job, and hopefully it works. Hopefully it works out. But because I'll tell you this, the manager, your boss, they're not going to be doing all the work through AI. They want to manage. They don't want to be doing all the coding and stuff like that. Because managing is hard enough as it is. So I'm not buying it. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not buying it. All right. Let me check the chat. Let me check the chat because I'm not with it. Let's see what we got going on. We got, oh my God, we got managed care. We got Michael Jenkins in the building, Mr. From Cover to Code. What's good? What's happening? Let me see. Junior, you gotta help me out. Junior, you gotta help me out. All right. You gotta help me out, Junior. All right. You gotta help me out. Michael Jenkins, Managed Chaos says, can't afford the position is crazy. I'm not buying it. Says that's where his focus was going instead of the job. he could only 100% know that if he trained the AI himself. I feel like any job that AI is 100% replacing needs to be something that can be automated without any human interaction, like a commodity. I'm telling you. It is so hard. It's so hard to have AI actually replace a job, because what happens is the AI, you have to iterate it over. Like you won't know how many times I have to, like, okay, no, this isn't right. And then AI says, oops, I did it again. It's like working with AI is like listening to old school Britney Spears music. All right. I'm just saying. Bruh. Oops, I did it again. AI tells me that every single day. Oops, I did it again. I'm like, what I think happens is like the limitation on how many tokens it can use, it tries to get as much as possible. And they're like, oh yeah, but this part isn't working, right? And then it does it over, and it's crazy. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. Let me see. It says, yeah, it doesn't look good, but it doesn't pay the bill. It says, yeah, it does look good, but it doesn't pay his bills right now. Junior, who even knows? Who even knows? Honestly, the way that these people be scamming nowadays, he might not even have been fired. The way he just so smoothly transitioned from, and then people are like, oh yeah, it's happening to me, and the comments, right? The comments say that, here are the comments. That's unfortunate. I'm going through this right now. Almost 5 years dedication. Just got my job to be taken over by a computer robot. Nah. Sorry to hear that. I'm sorry, dude. We're all about to be in this boat. Not buying it. Startup human. That's I'm not buying it. Says, what did you do? A company doesn't just fire someone because their boss randomly found out what AI is. There's a whole process to laying someone off. A voice of reason. A voice of reason. It was such a smooth transition from I got laid off on Friday night due to AI. But wait. Sign up for my passion project. Sign up for my passion project. That's why I'm always so skeptical. I'm a skeptic at heart, right? It says, or he was using Gemini to step up his prompting game and got a website as good as mine. That's true. That is true. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going with our skill generation. Let's go ahead and go to here. All right, let's jump back into it.
Let's go!
All right, we are going to do this. All right, so what are you testing? For the time being, I'm gonna copy a story that I have, maybe one that we're currently working on. And we're gonna go to let me find a story that we're working on. Let's do this one. All right, let's do this. All right, let's do this. So I'm gonna take this story over here. All right. This is one that we're currently working on. Implementing landing page only access. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to go into the skill. What are you testing? I'm going to paste that. And I'm going to say enter. And the good thing with this too, right? It kind of forces you to have good acceptance criteria. Also, you know what another really good thing about this? Because QA engineers, they should be very, very active participants inside of story refinement meetings. But if you're not understanding the story or the project, you might not know what questions to ask. So I think a cool thing to add to this particular skill is what pertinent questions to ask during story refinement, because before you even get into the sprint, right? Before you even get into the sprint, if you have the right questions to ask about the stories being talked about, then that puts you in a better spot as well, you know? Let me see. So this says great feature to work with. This has a real depth to it. Let's slow down and analyze it before writing a single test. You're in phase 1 feature and AC review. I could just hand you the test plan, but that won't build your QA instincts. So let's think this through together first. Here are some questions I want you to sit with. Answer as many as you can. Don't worry about being right. The happy path. What does the ideal intended experience look like for a user with this restricted role? Walk me through it step by step. The gaps. Read the AC carefully. What does it tell you and what does it not tell you? For example, AC number 2 says users are redirected if they manual dash type a URL. What about other ways a user might try to access a protected route? The actors. Who else is involved in this feature beyond the restricted user? Think about who creates this role, who assigns it, and who might accidentally be affected by it. The boundaries. The number 3 says the nav should hide links to internal features. What counts as an internal feature? Is that defined anywhere? What if something else is partially public? If this feature is shipped with a bug, what's the worst thing that could happen? What data or screen would a restricted user see that they shouldn't? Take a shot at these. Even rough answers you're thinking will directly shape how good your test plan is. All right, so let's try to answer these questions. All right, so how do you create another line? Let me see. So let's say number 1, the ideal path looks like a user and let's say a marketing user logs into the application, navigates to admin. They can see the landing page and analytics, but no other pages available to full application admins. Let me see how to create a new line in Claude Code, because every time I try to create a new line, it submits the prompt to create a new line in Claude Code. Create a new line. Let's see. With Shift Enter. So Shift Enter. Mac OS is Option Enter. Let me try Shift Enter. Shift Enter. See, I knew that was gonna happen. Let me try that. Oh, let's see what happens, because let me see. Option Enter. Okay, so we have to use Option Enter. All right. Let me see what it says. Good start. You're already thinking about the right actor, a marketing type user, and you correctly identified that they should have a limited view. That instinct is right, but I want to push you on a few things, because you said there are some assumptions baked in here worth examining. You said navigates to admin. Pause on that. The AC says this role is restricted to landing pages only. Should a restricted user be navigating to an admin area at all, even a limited one? Ask yourself, is there a difference between a restricted user who logs in and sees a version of the admin with limited content, a restricted user who logs in and is taken directly to the landing? Ooh, you know what then? I have an idea. In order to train the product owner to properly write, so let's say somebody's learning how to be a product owner, right? Product owner in training, a junior product owner, because the way that this should work is the way that I'm describing it, because I'm the one who implemented it. But if the story is saying this, then the story is wrong, right? So that means that we probably need to have a skill for a product owner to like, is this the intention of your story? Because in the discussions that we had, this is how it should be working. But if the story is written incorrectly, then we need to fix that as well. So things to consider. All right. All right. So says, you mentioned analytics. AC doesn't mention analytics anywhere. Where did that come from? It's not a criticism. It's actually a great QA instinct to notice things that aren't in the spec, but it raises a real question. Is analytics a public element like contact us or an internal feature like reporting and billing? If the analytics is visible to this role, is that intentional or a gap in the AC? Before answering the other 4 questions, go back and reread AC 1 and 3 with fresh eyes. So this is really good. I actually like this a lot because as someone who knows what we're building, I would say that the story is improperly written. So now what happens if we push back a little bit? Then I would say that as the QA coach, it should tell the user that you should have before accepting this story, this discussion should have been had with the team to like, hey, we need to get the right acceptance criteria. All right. Then tell me, what does a restricted user actually see when they log in? And is all right. So, in this case, I think that the story is poorly written as what was discussed verbally, and the intentions of the story was to create a user role for marketing users where they can log into the admin and only see landing pages and landing page analytics. Let's see, landing pages, tab. They would have the ability to create landing pages, view existing landing pages, edit existing landing pages, and delete landing pages that they created themselves. So that's how the story should work. So if those details are not in the story, then a few failures. Failures on properly writing the story, failures on QA for pushing back on a poorly written story to get that done the right way, right? So I think we have opportunities to build a product ownership, product management, story writing coach, as well as adding a story refinement factor to our QA coach, right? So let's go ahead and send that off. But I am super excited about this. This is amazing, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to ask it to, like, integrate a story refinement where we can put the story in and we can have some, that's actually a really good idea, so that we can have some, make sure that we understand the story and we can have some viable questions if there are some missing things from the story. All right. So let's see what they said about this. You caught a requirements gap before writing a single test. That's not a small thing. Bugs found at this requirement stage cost almost nothing to fix. The same bug after development is done costs significantly more. It just saves your team real time. I really like how this is coaching the user. This is really, really good. You know what? I'm going to run this by my tech barbarians to see what do they think about this, because this is really, really good. You caught a requirements gap before writing a single test. That's not a small thing. Bugs found at the requirement stage cost almost nothing to fix. The same bug found at development is done cost significantly more. You just said, all right, so you read that. Let's take a look at exactly how broken this AC is against the verbal intent. View only or introductory. So the AC says view only or introductory experience, full CRUD, create, view, edit, delete. No internal features exposed. The landing page is an internal admin feature. Contact us / sign up buttons. These are public page elements, not admin actions. Redirect to landing page. Redirect to the landing page section inside the admin. No mention of analytics. Analytics is explicitly in scope. Delete equals implied no access. Delete is in scope, but only for their own landing pages. Yeah. Yep. The written AC describes a public-facing guest user. The verbal intent describes a limited internal admin user. These are. All right, let me make sure I'm even looking at the right story, because this is what we spoke about. So, yeah. So I don't even know. Okay. Let's see. There are two completely different features here. All right. So here's what a QA engineer does with this information. You do not start testing. You go back to the team. This is called shift left. So before I build up a test plan, I want to flag, right? This is called shift left testing, catching ambiguity early before dev builds the wrong thing. So now here's your first real QA exercise. Based on the verbal intent you described, rewrite the acceptance criteria, draft what you think the AC should say, covering role definition, what the users can see, what the user can do, and any limits on those actions, what the user cannot access, any security API considerations. So this is good. This is really, really good. So what we are going to do is, all right, so let's say the role definition should be for marketing users. And then we do option enter, and the marketing user can navigate to the admin icon or avatar drop down admin. Option enter. The user will see a landing page tab and an analytics tab for the landing pages. The user will see all the existing landing pages with a view, edit, create, view, edit, delete button. The user will have a create button to create a new landing page. The user will only have the delete button enabled for landing pages that they have created. The user cannot access the other tabs or the other admin the user cannot see, cannot view or access the other landing or the other admin tabs. Security considerations. The user cannot navigate directly to admin section. I think that's it. Let's go with that, right? I think that's good. Let's see what we get. All right. All right. Says really solid draft. You captured the core intent clearly, and you've included a delete restriction, which is nuanced detail a lot of people would miss. Before we move to test planning, I want to point out a few things. Some are gaps, and one is a contradiction. So I'm going to say right now, it's not a contradiction, but maybe I misworded it. Name the role specifically marketing user much better than the vague original. Identified the exact navigation path that's testable. Covered all 4 CRUD operations. Correctly scoped the delete restriction to their own pages. Blocked access to other admin tabs. Now let's stress test your AC. Answer these. You have a contradiction. You said the user can navigate to the admin and the user cannot navigate directly to the admin. All right, so I'm going to explain that. What did you mean by each of those? Are these 2 different things? Yes. Edit whose pages? You said delete is restricted to pages they created. What about edit? Okay. The disabled delete button. When a marketing user sees a landing page that they did not create, what does the delete button look like? Hidden, grayed out, visible. All right, so I got that. That's a good. That is a very good question to ask based on what I wrote. All existing landing pages. Does that mean every landing page in the entire system created by any admin or any other marketing user, or only pages relevant to them? Whose analytics, all landing pages across the system, or only the ones they've created? I'll take. All right, so pick the one you can answer and take a shot. These aren't trick questions. They are exactly what a dev will ask when you hand them this. All right, so I would say these are really good questions. So one, a user can navigate to the admin section through the UI, but they can't copy and paste. They can't copy and paste, or they can't. Lunch break. They can't directly go to the admin route in the URL. It will take them to the home page. All right, so we have that. Let me finish this real quick, right? Next up, it said, you said, all right, the marketing user can edit any landing page that is in the system. Then the disabled button. The disabled button is grayed out. And what was this question? Okay. All existing landing pages. For all existing, every marketing landing page in the system. And number 5, all analytics, all landing page analytics across the system. This is really good. This is really, really good to help you with your acceptance criteria. And I think this goes way past QA only, right? This will definitely help QA, but I think it goes way past helping only QA. All right. So what we'll do when we get back, we will take a look at the results. But I'm excited about this. I am excited about this.
Are you ready?
All right. Let's go over to nothing new in the chat. Let's go over to our next topic, which is our good old friend Andrew Yang, Mr. Universal Basic Income. Going on here.
Of a very, very smart human, sad to record this. I believe that millions of white-collar workers are going to lose their jobs in the next 12 to 18 months due to AI. AI is now able to do the work of a very, very smart human in minutes or even seconds. This is going to displace marketers, coders, designers, lawyers, accountants, call center workers, you name it. The result of this is going to be an ever more extreme winner-take-all economy where the top 20% or so are able to thrive and then the bottom 80% are left behind. And when
So, the very first message that I get from this is be in the top 20%. That's the very first message that I get. Be in the top 20% if you want to survive, if you want to thrive. That's the very first thing I got. Next thing. I'm not. Is this fear mongering or are we done? Are we done?
When people lose their jobs, it affects dry cleaners, dog walkers, hairstylists, restaurants, all local businesses that see less people who are able to spend. Personal bankruptcies are going to surge. College graduates are going to have.
Here's a question, right? How much does it cost? We've spoken about this in the past. How much does it cost for a haircut nowadays, right? Now it's about like $50 for a haircut. It used to be $10 to $15, maybe 10 years ago. And a lot of times like appointment only. Do you think that if a bunch of people were to lose their jobs, the affordability crisis would go down because now people are only going to charge as much as you're allowing them to charge you. So if all the stuff that are being spent on stop being like hairdressers, right? If they're charging you $200 when they used to charge you $75 a few years ago, and now they can't get all their customers, then the price is gonna have to come down. Simple as that. Like, especially in a service economy, because if they don't, then they're not gonna get any business.
A very difficult time finding entry-level jobs. People are going to be very, very angry by the fact that this path to middle-class status and social mobility is going to be broken. We should be doing much, much more, including a universal basic.
Of course. You see, and this is what I always tell you guys. I always tell you guys this. People from the last video that we watched, hidden agenda. The last video, he wants you to go try out his quote unquote passion project. I don't want to say it, but I have to. He scammed us.
I'm just being honest.
The last guy scammed us into watching his video to go and check out his website. And I checked it out because I want to see what he had. And his website looks pretty cool. However, it was a scam. A scam way of getting us to look at it. And before I even started watching the video, I said, Miss Andrew Yang, Mr. Universal Basic Income. And what do we get on the very, very first go round? The only way to stop the AI threat is for universal basic income.
Do not come.
Don't. Hot take. Don't we already have a good portion of universal basic income anyways?
I'm in a bind, Nate.
How much of our tax dollars is going out to a bunch of people who they don't? So in certain people, they pay about almost 50% in taxes, and certain mayors, certain governors, certain politicians say 50% is still not enough. They say that no, you should be paying. I remember like 10 years ago or something like that. In France, I believe it was, they wanted the top however percent to pay 75 to 90% of their income in taxes. To me, I was like, this is insane. This is insane. So in my book, a good portion of the economy already has universal basic income. All right? So in a way we are. How much percentage the USA pays taxes? Approximately 60% of the U.S. household paid federal tax in 2025, while 39.9%, according to data, those who do not pay taxes often have lower incomes or qualify for credits that reduce their liability, with 93% of non-paying returns coming from individuals with incomes under $50,000. So let's read this, right? Let's read this. Income tax distribution. The top 10% of earners, the top 10. Let me clutch my pearls. Let me having the big one. Coming to join you, honey. The top 10% of earners bear 76%. 76%. And the top 25% pay 89% of all income taxes. How much more universal basic income can we get? How much more UBI can we get? Top earner share, the top 1% of earners paid 40.4% of federal income taxes in 2022. Net payers versus receivers. Roughly 60% of households receive more in government transfers, such as Social Security and Medicare, and they pay in federal taxes. Note, the Florida, all right, so that's where the source, right? The average tax payment in 2021, the average American family in middle 20% of income earners paid $17,000, might as well say $18,000 in federal, state, and local taxes. State level variation. High income earners in states like Wyoming and Florida contribute over 50% of their state's total income tax revenue. And we're not talking about property taxes. We're not talking about sales taxes, all of that stuff. Right? But then we want to make a case for universal basic income.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
We already have it. That is my hot take. That is my hot take. We don't need UBI because we already have UBI. If the top 1% pays 40%, the top 10% pays 76%, and the top 25% pays 89%. And if you say only the top 20% are going to be working, or I don't even know. I do not even know anymore, right? Let's see.
income. The AI job apocalypse is real and it's underway right now. I am terribly sad to record this. I believe that millions of white-collar workers are going to lose their jobs in the next 12 to 18 months due to AI. AI is now able to do the work of a very, very smart human in minutes.
All right, that's enough of Mr. Universal Basic Income fearmonger in chief Andrew Yang. From what I see using AI at work is we actually have more work. We actually have more work. Building agents because guess what? We are in a race to deliver more features to humans. And what is AI helping us do? AI is helping us deliver more features, more valuable features to humans at a lower cost, at a lower price point. So I'll give you an example. We all know with like the data analytics in sports, some people love it, some people hate it, right? Love it or hate it, the underdog's on top, right? But here's the deal. A lot of people, a lot of smaller teams, smaller markets, they probably can't afford data analytics. But when you bring an AI in it and you're like, all right, you'll get a less accurate, if we train our AI on whatever it is, it might be like less accurate. You can go over with a human eye, but you get access to what you were priced out of. So AI makes it available for more people to jump in the playing field. And I've seen it myself with my own two eyes. I'll give you at our last vibe coding chill, or two vibe coding chills before, when Junior showed us the app that he built for his photography site. Rod Brown told Junior an egregious amount that he would have charged Junior to build that app that Junior built for free, $99.
Bruh.
All right, so that's why I don't buy it. Like, I'm not buying it. It's always the socialists and the fearmongers like, oh my God, AI is here. Guess what? The Industrial Revolution came around. We're still working. The internet came around. We're still working. So adapt or get left out. Adapt or go away. All right. That's how I see it. I'm not buying it. I am not buying it. All right. So let me go back to the chat and then we're going to get to another working segment. Let's see what we got going on over here. Let me see. Junior says, in every business, somebody gets left behind. He says, he had me at hello until he went into the universal basic income. But I told you away. I'm like, I know this guy. Says, now who needs to be nice?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Look, Junior.
I'm just being honest.
Robert says, sheesh. Oh, I'm telling you. It's like, sometimes you're like, why work so hard if by all the stuff that I get done, I just have to give more of it back to the government, to the people who aren't working for it. Like, it's something that really annoys me. Like, because you'll work so hard day and night. And then the money that you make from your regular job, taxes. The money that you make from your business, taxes. It's just, they are just taking you for everything.
Do not come.
All right?
So that was cute.
They just take everything from you. So he says they're pretty much promoting laziness. Just sit around, just, says, when you say UBI, it sounds like an STD, but it's kind of as a disease to one's pain. All right. So there was a while ago that I came up with this, right? I said, UBI, universal basic income, is not an STD. It is an FTD, a financially transmitted disease. I said that a while ago, and you guys thought I was joking. It's true. UBI is a FTD, a financially transmitted disease. All right. Says another one complaining, and he probably played a major part in getting AI developed. He's probably a heavy investor in AI, and he's probably a heavy. See, this is the trick, right? What they're promoting, they're invested in. So if he's invested in UBI, he's probably has some companies where he is like, I'm telling you, what they promote is what they're invested in. Right? That's how it is. That's how it is. All right, we're gonna get into another working segment before we get out of here, right? So let's go ahead and jump back over to here. Put up another 20.
It's time to do.
All right, let's go over here. So our results were, now you have enough to write a test plan. You're moving into phase 2. Here's your thinking scaffold before you draft. What is the happy path for this role from login to doing their job? What is the happy path? All right, so what is the happy path for this role from login to doing their job? What are all the ways a user might try to access something they shouldn't? What inputs and actions does this feature involve? What should not change for other user roles because of this feature? What does the API need to enforce that the UI alone can't guarantee? Take a crack at the test plan, use whatever format you feel, bullet points, a table, given, when, then, anything. Bring it back here when you're ready, and I'll give you detailed feedback. Let me see if I can do a scratch pad, new scratch file, do plain text. Let's go here and we will say, just do bullet points. Let me see. We'll do when given a user is assigned the marketing role, when the user logs in and navigates to the admin dashboard, they see a tab for landing pages. When the user clicks on the landing page tab, they see a list of landing pages and a tab for analytics. When the user clicks on the analytics tab, they see the analytics for the landing pages. When the user clicks on a landing page, when the user clicks on the create landing page button, the user is taken to the workflow to create a landing page. When the user clicks on edit for a landing page, they are taken to the workflow to edit a landing page. When the user clicks on delete a landing page that they created, deletion, and the landing page is deleted after confirmation. When the user the delete button is disabled. Okay, we got that. The User is not able to access the admin by going to /admin directly in the browser. What else did we talk about? Anything else that I was thinking about? This might be required watching for my tech barbarian so that they can see how the skill works and how it's forcing me to think through the testing process. This is a really, really good assistant. And like if you invest $20 into Claude Code API, it'll really help you through getting started, you know? I think that's everything that I can think of at the moment. So let's just copy this. And I am going to paste this in here and go to enter. So then we'll see if there's any gaps, and we'll see if there's any gaps in the next step. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. So good first draft. You've got the happy path covered clearly and your format is clean and readable. The delete confirmation and the disabled buttons show you are paying attention to the details we discussed. Now let's make it stronger. Phase 3, test plan feedback. What's working? Happy path flows logically from login to each action. Delete confirmation is a good detail many people forget. You remember the URL restriction. Given when then style makes each case testable. The gaps organized by category. You only tested /admin. What about other protected routes? I don't think we have any other routes like that in the thing, but add test cases for direct URL navigation to each. Okay. No test that the admin navigation is actually hidden. Note. All right. So okay. No, but I forgot to write that test. That's true. I did forget to write that test. Sidebar hiding is in. It's not sidebar, but API security is completely missing. We don't really have an API, although it doesn't really know the. I have an idea. No regression test for other roles. Create list feedback loop is missing. You tested clicking create takes them to workflow, but what happens after? Grayed out delete button. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, right? So here's what I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna say this is really good feedback. I do think if part of the skill is to have the QA coach analyze and learn the project, it will help guide the QA engineer better when creating the test plan. Some of the suggestions to the test plan could be better if the QA coach skill actually understands the code base and implementation of the project. Let's go with that. So I think it's necessary for it to actually understand the code base, and we should make sure that it is scanning it and learning it. All right, it says, let me see. That is sharp product thinking, and you're completely right. Right now, the skill works purely from what you tell it, but the most valuable QA coaching happens when the coach actually understands the implementation. Exactly. The real routes, the actual permissions checks, the specific API endpoints, and the navigation components. Without that context, feedback like test admin settings is generic. With it, it becomes test, yada, yada, because the route exists and has no role guard currently. We can actually do that right now with your project. You're working on the ready, set, glow up. I can read the code base, your route definition, auth middleware, navigation components, and API handlers, and give you test plan feedback grounded in what it's actually built, not just what the specs say. That means real route paths to test, not guesses, actual permission role checks to verify or flag as missing, specific components that render navigation so you know exactly what to check, API endpoints that need 403 coverage identified by name. Want me to do that? I'd look at your routing middleware setup, any existing roles or permission logic, your navigation component, relevant API handlers. Then I'll revisit your test plan with the context that's showing you what changes. Should I dig into? Yes, let's do that. Let's dig into the code base. And this is just how my mind works when it comes to this type of work. Like, as someone who has, and this is why actually doing the work is important, because as someone who has spoken to thousands of people, coach many, many people, I'm able to see what the needs are for this. Let's see. So right now it's scanning the code base to get a better understanding so that it can give me more accurate feedback on my test plan based on the actual code base and not just in the sky thinking, you know? Let's see. All right. So after it has a good context of our project, then I wonder if we can see the database, because the database is at Supabase. So, well, I think I should be able to see it. Let's see. Yeah, like when you have these applications learn your actual project, it makes you that much more powerful. It makes you that much more powerful in what you're trying to execute on, and you can actually deliver something of value. Waiting for it to get done. 47. All right, there we go. So it finished exploring. It has a good understanding of the code base. Just a lot of tokens. And I'm going to check the cost. How much like all this prompting cost us after we're done, like to build the skill, to use the skill. And now that the skill is built, it should be a little bit cheaper to, and then once we use this over and over and over again, we shouldn't have to always learn the project, always learn the project, always learn the project. You should already know the project, like have it in context of what the project is about. And if we look over here, I thought I would put it here, but maybe not. I think I'd probably put it locally. All right. Let's see what it has. What did we come up with? So good news. I got the full picture now. Here's what the code base actually tells us and how it changed your test plan. What I found, the marketing role does not exist yet. The current app role database enum has exactly two values, admin and user. There's no marketing role anywhere in the code. This feature requires a database migration before anything else can be tested. The admin is a single route tab based, so there are no sub routes like admin setting, admin billing. Everything lives in admin, so your URL testing isn't about multiple paths. It's about whether the marketing user can access admin at all, which tabs they see once inside. The current route guard is binary, admin protected route. Only checks is admin true or false. It either lets you in or redirects to /. The marketing user would currently be redirected to the home page. The new user would either need a new route guard or an updated one. The admin link is gated is admin. The navigation.tsx. The admin link is in the avatar dropdown only renders if admin is true. Marketing user. So what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to pull in the latest code, and then we're going to run this again. Landing page lead has no creator tracking yet. Okay, all of that. All right. Your revised test plan with real specifics. Here's your original test plan with gaps filled from actual code. Prerequisites must be true before testing starts. Happy path. Given a user is assigned to the marketing role. So that's all the stuff that I wrote. Access restriction test. Delete restriction test. API security. Regression test. What's still question for your team? Does the landing page have a created by field? If not, the delete restriction can't be implemented and needs to be added in the schema. All right, so here, watch this, right? Watch this. So I'm gonna do here, git pull in the latest changes. Let me go to playwright config, and I am going to do git status. And how can I reset the git restore playwright? All right, let me try to do a git pull again. All right, so we got the latest changes, right? And I am going to say, so we got all the latest changes. And I'm going to say, I just pulled in the latest changes that implement these features. Can we compare the test plan written to the updated implementation? All right, let's see what we can get, because I think this is a fascinating skill. And even me, who has like almost 20 years of experience, it's like, oh, you should also consider this, this, and that, because it is so hard to think about every single scenario, right? But it's like, these are the ones that are critical. So very important. So now it's looking through all the migrations to see which one contains like the creating the new marketing role and the gated features and stuff like that, how they're going to access, if it has a created by, all those details. Let's see. Let's see if it's gonna get done before we drown, right? Because we're 40 minutes down and we're gonna drown soon. So let's see if this can get it done before, because I don't want no problems with Rod Brown and with Magnus. Junior's a little bit more forgiving, right? A little bit more forgiving. But Rod Brown and Magnus, they'd be like, nope, you drown, it's over, it is over. All right. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. We are not going to make it. We're so close. We're so close. So close. Nothing. Sad. Well, I guess, if you want to find out what are the results of this skill, you're gonna have to tune in next week. Oh, wait. All right, wait. I heard that it is better to ask for forgiveness than permission. So I'll ask for forgiveness after we read this. Let's just scroll through this real quick, right? So, it says, here's a full comparison. I'll go section by section. Test plan versus implementation, gap analysis. Marketing user sees admin link and nav. Navigation has true for both admin and marketing. Admin allows marketing users in. Admin protected route uses admin is marketing. Regular user role still redirected to here. Same guard has admin access. Admin only tabs are hidden. Every admin tab is gated. Delete button disabled for other users' pages. Can delete checked. Okay. Full admin experience. All admin tabs still render for is admin user. Solid coverage on core behavior. Here's what needs to be updating. Sign up. The second visible tab is sign up metrics, not analytics. Fair enough. All right, whatever. We'll investigate that later. But I'm happy with what we got. I am happy with what we got. Very, very good work. Really, really cool skill. I think it's super helpful, especially to aspiring QA engineers where as the young lady said in the first video, you don't have to go and spend $1,000 to learn prompt engineering. You just have to prompt. How did I get better at creating about being comfortable on camera? I just went on camera more often. How did Rod Brown switch from being, and I remember his first live stream, it was good, but he was a little bit nervous. I could see him. And Rod Brown told me after his first live stream, his armpits were sweating up a storm. And that's how I was too. All right. Happens to all of us. But then we get more comfortable. Now I can just press record, like, let's wing it. When things don't work, I'm like, yeah. It's life. We're going to fix it on the fly, right? So I'm happy with what we got. I am happy with what we got. We're going to wrap it up. For tonight. I'm going to check the chat and then we're going to close us out. All right. So Junior said, like Bernie Sanders says, taxing the rich when they are rich. If you notice, Junior, it used to be the millionaires and the billionaires. Now it's no longer the millionaires. It is the billionaires and the trillionaires. And Junior says, great show as usual. Thank you, Junior.
I appreciate you.
And Rod Brown says, drown already, drown. That is so not nice. You know what, Rod Brown, you get one. I haven't given you one of these in a while.
How dare you?
And Junior says, if you stop the clock, you won't drown. You know what? Junior, I did add the ability to pause the clock. I forgot about that because I can pause at 11 seconds, and it could be like the movie Click. If you guys ever seen the movie Click with Adam Sandler, right, where he has this remote, he can fast forward, he can rewind, all this type of stuff. I could pause the clock, and it's like we're frozen in time, like the Matrix, and I can continue working for like another 20 minutes, right? another 20 minutes. And there is absolutely nothing that Rod Brown and Magnetar can do about it. But I didn't do that. So my question is, Magnetar, Rod Brown, do you forgive me? Do you forgive me? Please, please, please forgive me. I beg of you. I beg of your forgiveness, all right? And Rod Brown says that he is still nervous. You weren't nervous when you were doing that dance yesterday. You weren't nervous when you were doing that dance yesterday. You didn't look nervous to me. I'm just saying.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
I'm just being honest. All right. Anyways, enough of that. I'm gonna wrap it up. Tomorrow we have the bug bite. We're gonna be taking a look at Amazon's very, very own vibe coding tool, Amazon Kiro, taking down an AWS service. How did that happen? How can we protect ourselves from going down the same fate that AWS went? 13 long hours of downtime for AWS. Can't let it happen. We can't let it happen, all right? Because people depend on our services and applications. So gotta keep it up. All right. We're gonna be back live on Sunday. Speech coaching app. We're gonna have Scrum Night Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Join us, either watch it on the Patreon live stream or join us on the Google Meet. And you can ask us questions, all that. I'll be posting that tomorrow. Everything. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. Technotrap.dev. Get the Claude prompt that I used in our vibe coding chill, or not our, that I used yesterday in yesterday's video. Claude, how QA engineers can get started with Claude Code. I'm gonna make this skill available somewhere. I'll let you guys know. Probably it's gonna be at technotrap.dev so that you can have this QA coach. I have to post Scrum Night from last week as well. So many things to do, but I'm gonna get it all out between today and Saturday. So you know where to find me. You know where to find me. But that's it. That is it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Technotrap. We are out.
Why do you have to talk to me like that all the time, man? The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Yeah. Thought you was riding. Thought you was 10 toes down. The second something shiny came, you folded. It's cool though. You just told me how to move. Watch this.
Used to think we was a unit, thought the back was covered. Thought you was my dog, man, thought you was my brother. Smiling in my face, shit, you really played a part. Acting like you with me, had me giving you my heart. But the loyalty was passing, man, that shit was see-through. Waited for your moment, that's what fake ones be, dude. Soon as opportunity came knocking on the door, you ain't even hesitate, you just wanna ask for more. You ain't look back once, you went your own way. Show me who you were, man, I got nothing left to say. I ain't mad, I ain't bitter, ain't no salt to spill. You just lit a fire, man, you just made the focus real. You just gave me fuel, man, I'm moving only faster. I ain't got no time for what a flaky person says. I am on a mission, you are in my way. I'm cutting off the dead weight, I don't care who suffers. If you ain't with vision, then you're undercovers. Sleeping on the grind, I am wide awake. Every year you hitting me, just tell me what to take. And I'm taking everything I am putting first. All that fake love, man, it was a damn curse. Now the curse is broken, now I see the path. You just woke the monster, you can do the math. Yeah, this a full court, press it, I ain't letting up. Put myself first, I'm feeling my own cup. No empathy, no sympathy, I'm on my purpose. Y'all just flaky people, man, you make me nervous. This a only thing I see. I'm on the line, you are just a ghost, man, a lesson that I learned. Thanks for showing me that my own back is all I earn. So I'm holding it down, I'm the one I trust, turning all the betrayal right in the dust. Watch me build an empire while you watch me from the side. Should've stayed down when you should've learned to ride. Full court present, all focus, all out. No sympathy. Yeah, locked in. Purpose.